To go in more depth about the United States, we are believers and followers of Christ. So we actually believe the word of God when it says that the United States is Babylon and the United States is under judgment. So all of those things are very real to us. And with the message from God saying you need to go, we actually just said, okay, we need to be obedient and we need to go. So we were not running away from anything. We actually had a very good life. We had been, like I said, at that point in time, 28 years married. Had been in the home that we were in for 20 years. That was our forever home. We were fine. We were good. There was nothing terrible going on in our life. We are business owners. That was going very well. So it came somewhat of a surprise, but when God delivers you for something, you don't sit back and be like, not today, maybe tomorrow.
Hello. Hey, y'all, it's me, SB, from my family in the U.S. and from my family here in S.A., I am Cebu. How y'all doing tonight?
Dearly beloved.
I hope everybody's having a real good time. It is Monday evening at about 10 minutes after 7. I just decided to come and say hello. But for my family on the East Coast, what is it, 11 o'clock in the morning? Is it 11? Something like that. Y'all time has got switched around so much. Who knows? But anyway, I hope everybody's doing well. And I just came here tonight just to spend some time with you guys, to say hello, to catch up, just talk about what's been going on in my life here in SA. And Lord, there's so much that we could talk about going on in the United States, but who has all that time? I hope everybody's doing well though. But first things first, I want to say thank you to all my new subscribers. Listen, make sure that you have your alerts on. And if you subscribed to the channel a long time ago, make sure that you are still subscribed to the channel, because I've been seeing some things. Yeah, I've been hearing some things about these YouTube streams that may not be all in our favor. But anyway, just make sure that you are subscribed to the channel. Turn your alerts on so you can come join me anytime I'm here doing these lives. Now, see, listen, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to do a little commitment. I told Mr. Boss we need to commit to something. So what we're going to try to do is commit to Monday evenings at 7 p.m. So, Okay, so how is this at Sweet Escape Live, 12 noon in your old city? Oh, gosh, y'all. I've already done my whole day. It's just now 12 noon. I hope y'all eat them up though, right? Enjoying yourself. The Supermodel Society. I love that. Greetings. It is a little past 11 here in Houston. All right. So thank y'all for coming. Make sure that you are giving me a thumbs up when you enter into the live. Tonight's live is going to be a little different. We're just going to talk. I'm going to read your comments. I'm going to try to answer your questions if you have any. We're just going to go back and forth for a little bit. I'm just want to come and say hello because I haven't been here in a while, but I want to keep y'all in the loop as far as my family in the United States. I want to keep y'all in the loop of what's going on in SA. Because if y'all didn't know it yet, SA is hot, y'all. SA is where it is. That's that vibe they've been talking about, y'all. It is that vibe. I was talking to a friend today and she was like, look, I seen so many people over the weekend that are from the United States, so many different groups visiting. Some say they're moving, all of this. I'm like, wow. You know what? I've been promoting this thing. I have for the last 2 years plus. I want everyone, if y'all hear me talking, get your passport. I'm not saying that you can come to Africa. Listen, I'm not saying necessarily to come to Africa or South Africa. I just need you to get your passport just in case you need to go somewhere. But we've chosen South Africa. We love it thus far. We haven't experienced half of what's going on, but listen, we're liking what we're seeing. And hey, drop in. Just drop in. You ain't got to stay. Just drop in. You might be coming through. But anyway, whatever you do, if you decide to come, you got your passport. Number one thing, make sure that we all have our passports. You decide to come to SA or wherever you go to the continent in Africa, make sure you're doing it correctly if you decide to stay, right? Because I've been hearing some things and I just know, listen, just listen. We ain't trying to get no bad name, right? We trying to make sure. We want to do what everybody else, all the cousins are doing. We trying to do what we do, right? So all the African Americans that are trying to come to SA to stay, to make it your home, make sure you got your proper credentials, okay? Can y'all do that? Check out the visa. Go to Home Affairs South Africa, and figure out what to do to get here to stay. We love it here, and we want to make sure we keep a good name because these people here, they welcome us so much. So we want to make sure we keep it nice. Sweet Escape Live says, your story has inspired me to visit SA in 2026 with plans to relocate. I love that. Please do. Please visit. Definitely. That would be so nice. Listen, if you have any questions, I give out free information. Yes, I said it. I give out free information at sbshow2020 at gmail.com. All right. So definitely sbshow2020 at gmail.com. Free information. Wemo Potty. I probably got that so wrong. What's good, SBU? You know you are what's good. Now this next one, oh my gosh. Ooh. I'm going to call you 8171 because I don't even want to mess up your name. Hey, SBU, were you invited to the G20 on behalf of Trump? Listen, Trump out there talking big junk. You know, but I heard that he decided to come. I don't know this for sure, but last I heard, he was talking this crazy junk about, I'm not going. I don't like what those people are doing to their people over there. He was talking major junk. So he said he wasn't coming to South Africa, but I heard at the last minute, I think I heard this on Saturday, that he actually decided to come. So I don't know, but no, he didn't invite me. I wasn't invited. Listen, let the dignitary, let them have that. Make them get some good old stuff going, some investing, some good, whatever. It seems like to me, it could only be a benefit for South Africa. So, hey, let them, the presidents handle that. So that would be good. I'll be there for 3 months with my family. I have your email saved. There you go. Come and enjoy yourself. You will enjoy yourself. I definitely realize that the United States is becoming very difficult to live. Listen, y'all, I lived in the suburbs of Charlotte, North Carolina. And most of you all have heard on the news that Charlotte's Web is going on. And everybody, I don't know if y'all know what Charlotte's Web is, but ICE is now in Charlotte, North Carolina. Y'all, Charlotte is a little small city. It ain't that small. Yes, it is. Compared to the major cities, Charlotte is just a small city. Not too much going on. I mean, we have crime, of course, maybe about 100 unalive, which is too much per year. It's probably gone up. Haven't checked it in a while. But ICE is there. Y'all, they are causing all kind of scenes. They are mistreating the foreigners. Just mistreating them. It's one thing to say, you're here and you shouldn't be here. Let's go, make sure that you do what you have to do to be here legally. But it's another thing to kick them out. And it seems like to me, they are just profiling. They don't care. They don't care. And eventually they're going to get rid of everybody that doesn't look like they're supposed to be in the United States. And that's going to be real. So who's next? Do I look like I'm supposed to be in the United States? I don't know. Just give you something to think about because they really kicking them out, y'all. Let's see. Oh, Gina Brown. Gina, how are you? Hubby and I will be there for a real South Africa tour in February. You moving. Go ahead, Gina. You're going to love it. You're going to love it. Definitely. I'm glad you made a decision to come over. You're going to love it. Charlotte is not that small. You don't think so? Compared to Chicago, New York, Listen, I guess I may be taking it for granted. You're probably right. But I'm just, listen, we had like, the last I checked, maybe like 109, unaliving for per year, or in the last year that I checked. I mean, that's nothing compared to the major cities. I think that's what I'm comparing it to. And, everybody seemed to like get along pretty well. There was always some crazy people somewhere. You know how that go. But Charlotte wasn't on no map. We had Bank of America, but that's about it. ICE is Charlotte's Web. But I think I know what happened. On the light rail, what is about 2 or 3 months ago, that young lady that from Ukraine was actually unalived on that train by that. I think that's what shined the bright light on Charlotte. And you know what? They're probably trying to send the National Guard out there too. And it is what it is. Charlotte's Web. Listen, y'all. My Latino and my Hispanic and my family members was okay. Y'all, they would just have a good time. They would have their rodeo, dress up in their cowboy gear. They might get a little tipsy on Friday night. It would last all the way through the weekend, but they was good. I saw them on TV, on the news the other day, and they were going off so hard. The women would never talk. I mean, I never seen them as agitated as they were the other day with ICE. They were like, I'm not going, I'm not leaving, you got a problem. So I'm thinking to myself, ooh, this is not good. It's not good. It didn't look good. I was like, oh, that is my hometown. Oh, I'm so glad I'm not there. That's what I said. But anyway, y'all listen, it's getting rough. It's getting very rough. They never bothered anybody. I never seen them bother anybody. Listen, I don't necessarily agree with you being somewhere illegal. I don't. But I think there's a method and a way and some sort of process that we need to go through to make sure you become legal, or then you need to go. If you can't follow the directions, then you need to go. I do agree with that. But mistreatment of people like they're nothing, and kicking in windows, pulling them out of the car, coming up to the cars with, I don't know what kind of rifles these are, but they look real. I mean, yeah, that's a bit much. A bit scary. And guess what? What if I'm just being an onlooker, standing there looking, you fussing at me, telling me I'm obstructing justice and I'm going to get arrested too. I'm thinking, what? It was a lot. It was a lot, y'all. So I don't know what city they're going to next, but they in Charlotte, North Carolina. Whew, gosh, things can happen. Ooh, it's too much, y'all. It's getting to be too much. Let's see here. Gina, no, my sister lives there. She does. The airport is here. Oh, okay. Well, yeah, they are building on to the airport. You're right. Gina, I guess when you live a place, you kind of take it for granted when you see these other major cities, and you hear about so many things that happen in major cities, and it just doesn't happen in, Charlotte. But now, it's becoming. It's becoming. Sweet Escape Live says the Hispanics are hiding. Huh? Really? Well, okay. None of them are showing up to work. Charlotte is not small. You don't think so? I didn't say small. Did I say small? I was just comparing it to the major cities. I live in the suburbs and never go to go to the other side of town. I didn't either. I lived in the suburbs of Charlotte, and I didn't go to the other side of town either. But I do know this. There are a couple of sides of town that Hispanics have actually taken over. I can't, like the Airwood area, in Central Avenue. And I think, absolutely, I know that's where ICE is hanging out. It's hanging out there. So, well, guess what? Charlotte ain't small no more, because they're definitely on the map, and ICE is there, and they not being friendly at all. So 8171 says there will be a massive property housing development. Smart city. Please grab the opportunity. You are one of us. Oh, I saw that. It was about 200,000 houses. Is that what they said? It's supposed to be 2 cities, right? You're talking about here in SA, I hope, because I did hear that. I definitely did. Let's see here. Noble theme, noble theme me. Sabona, I like that. Y'all know I know just 1-2 words of Zulu. I haven't been able to get into it and learn yet, but I got the whole package. I've listened a couple times, but not enough. But Sabona, I like that. And I'm definitely going to try to get into it. But anyway, listen, guys, I Listen, it's a pleasure you all being here. Make sure you're giving me a thumbs up when you're coming into the live. Let me just catch y'all up on what's been going on over here in SA. Definitely for Miss Gina. Miss Gina's on her way. Listen, we are meeting people every weekend. And I'm getting emails all the time of people who are visiting and who are interested in moving. It has been very nice all the time. The other day, there was a meetup. I met several ladies. They were very kind. They are enjoying their stay. There is always something to do in SA. I haven't even touched on all the things to do. I am a retired person. And then what that means to me is I've basically retired from the day-to-day business of our business that's in the United States. I'm living here as a retired foreigner. And that is the visa that I'm here on. I'm going to be here 4 years on that visa at least. But in the meantime, Mr. Boss and I have applied for our PR, which is our permanent residency. And we're just waiting patiently for that. And when that comes, my intentions are to go full blast into real estate, which I love. Most of you who know me, if you've been following SB for a while, you know that I am a realtor, and I'm probably going to be a realtor for life because it just kind of gets in you. But I love the real estate here. Everyone seems to appreciate houses and, nice neighborhoods, linkage, and all that good stuff. So I hopefully soon, within a year, that I can be working with some real estate company, and I will be there for you guys for right now, I'm here as a liaison. I'm here for the questions that you may have, because I'm just going to tell you, when me and Mr. Boss was buying our house, it was quite scary, some of the things, because although some of the things were the same, there were some things that were different. And you just had to trust the process. But guess what? You can't always trust everybody within that process. So I am willing to be there for those individuals who are going through the process. If they allow me to, well, I will just say, yeah, that sounds right. No, that doesn't sound right. Hey, go back to that offer to purchase. Ask for this, even though you have an agent here working locally. I'm not asking you for any money. It's just that I don't want any of our people to be scammed in any way. I don't want their homes to fall down on them once they buy them. I want them to be able to go into the deal with their eyes wide open, because there's a lot of things I've learned that we could have got really scammed though, but it worked out for us. But I gained some knowledge along the way that I can share with other individuals, that they would not have the issues or they won't be scared like I was. Because guess what, guys? Even though we paid cash for our house, it still was a 3-month turnaround. We did not get our keys in 30 days. We paid July the 6th. We didn't get our keys to September the 6th. So me and Mr. Boss was in a hotel. Yeah, that's how it goes. So anyway, I just want to be that person that if, someone has some questions or whatever, they're free to ask. And whatever it is. And until I get my license, that's all I can do. But once I get my license, I'm in there. I'm trying to find somewhere to work. I definitely am, because I love real estate. And that's just who I am. I will be there. I will definitely be contacting you for my home purchase. Yes, Sweet Escape. I love homes. I do. And I consider myself an expert no, I'm just kidding. But I love real estate. And real estate here in South Africa is you get so much more for your money. It really is a good deal. It's just some things, coming from the U.S., we take for granted or we do differently. And it's just like, two different worlds meeting each other, and we need for them to meet seamlessly or good. We need to come out with a smile on our face, not being like, oh my God, what did I do? Because I asked the question, y'all. This is for people here on this chat. This is people on this live. Don't go tell nobody. When we were buying our home, I asked a couple of realtors, I said, do people ever sue around here? And they was like, no. I'm like, oh, okay. Because y'all know, in the United States, we are sue happy. So we don't want to bring that whole culture over here. So we want to just get it right the first time. Because some things, it have your eyebrows. It's like, huh? So you want to make sure you know what you know, and you're going in with your eyes wide open. But fantastic experience after all. And it has been that way for several other people that I know. And we're just having a good time. Definitely, we are. We're definitely having a good time. Ooh, Y'all, I wish I knew how to pronounce these names. Mr. Boss, you got I'm finna go. I'm finna say hello to 6451. Listen, I'm sorry I cannot pronounce your name, but Dumla, SBU, shout out from Tswani, aka Pretoria. Shout out from Pretoria. All right, listen, love it, love it. So anyway, what else we got here? Oh, very good weekend. Met some very good people. We went to, gosh, y'all, I can't even pronounce it. Kyalami, Shiskum. I don't even know. But y'all know what I'm talking about. Those are from South Africa. Y'all know they got the place where you grill outside and then you're eating under tents and they got the braai going, the music playing. It's just like a real cool atmosphere. You meet new people, and that's what we did. But also, last week we met a new couple that is, I think, really sincere and planning to move to SA. I have a video of them coming a little later this week, so y'all stay tuned for that. You will love that. They got to do a little house hunting. It was a good time. So stay tuned for that. I met another couple. So they coming. I mean, people are just coming. Like I said earlier, SA is where it's at. So if you are in a position where you can pick up and move or pick up and, make this your yearly vacation, definitely do so. We're in December already. Y'all, this is the rainy season. I think it was approximately, let's just go with it. When the sun came up at 5 a.m., it was approximately 70, got up to maybe about 75. Then it started showering. There was rain. Then the temperatures went down a bit to maybe 70 again. And this is say we had 3 different seasons all in today, but it turned out to be a beautiful day. That would be what SA brings, right? But it's getting ready to be summer. We have a rainy season. There's a somewhat of a shower, maybe lasts an hour. I mean, when I say shower, y'all, it's a real shower. Comes down really hard, then it becomes a little mist, may come back again, maybe a little thunder, maybe a flash of lightning, then it's done. Then here comes the sun. So it's interesting, but we're going into the summer months. But it is Christmas. The lights are up, the trees are lit. It is different. It is something to get used to. They're white. They paint them with frost. Because there's no snow. But don't get me wrong, it does snow in SA. Well, it snows in South Africa. Yeah, it does. It does. I think last year it snowed a little bit. And we do have cold nights sometimes. Now, it's South Africa cold. It's not the United States cold. We're not doing 32 and 30 degrees. It's not like that. But it does get a little cold. So you do need a coat occasionally. Right. So today was good. And tomorrow is expected to be, I think, high 80 degrees again. So we'll experience all that again tomorrow. It is rainy season. Listen, what else do we have here? Make sure, if y'all don't know it yet, make sure you follow. Oh, wait a minute. Did you find collard greens? No, I have not found any. Listen, I got everybody looking for them collard greens too, and they have not come up with them that I know of. But we are having Thanksgiving dinner. In SA, they do not celebrate Thanksgiving. But some of us are getting together, and another young lady, she's actually cooking dinner, and we're going to her house. And she says she's going to surprise me with something green. I don't know what that means, y'all, but she going to surprise me with something green. So maybe I don't think so. But I did find some okra. Definitely okra. I found plenty okra. Not plenty. I found okra. I found plenty cabbage. You got spinach. You got broccoli, kale, but no collard greens yet. Now, I've heard that I have to go like west to maybe Ghana or somewhere like that. They have that, but no, not here in South Africa. I have not found it. Not saying it is not here, but I have not. What else did I... Everything else, I'm pretty much, I almost forgot to tell y'all. Y'all may already know. But for my family in the United States, Walmart, SA got a Walmart. It just opened this past week. It may have been Friday. It just opened. So y'all know I'm going to find my way to Wally World, right? I got to tell y'all, Walmart was my store. About 25 years ago, me and Mr. Boss used to go to Wally World and walk the hallway in the middle of the night We did just because we could. It was 24 hours. They had the best prices in the world, and we just wanted to see what they offered. Y'all know Walmart used to have everything, and it used to be like a cool place to go. But now, I've heard so many stories. Let's just say it like that. I know for myself, they fight in Walmart. There's been some unaliving going on in Walmart. It's just, I'm going to tell you when I stopped. I stopped going to Walmart when I felt like I was being kind of treated like a criminal. I had a couple of incidents where I felt like I was being followed a little bit, and I had a return I was making, and they just kind of made me feel like, you'll steal. And I'm thinking to myself, wait a minute. I spent so much money in this store. What's going on? So I realized that, there was a little projecting going on, a little profiling. And, I guess everybody was looking alike. I don't know. I guess inventory wasn't coming in right. I don't know. But they made me feel like a thief. And I didn't like it. So I stopped going. I completely stopped. But Sam's is my thing. Now, if Sam's make it over here, y'all, it's over with. It is done. I'll probably never go back to the United States, but Walmart is here. I can't wait to go visit to see what's going on in Walmart. And, it's going to be interesting. I just can't wait to see. They say they have some things from America, of course, and some things from here. So we'll see. Now, keep in mind, there are 2 other stores that are similar to Walmart, Micro, and The Game. They're similar a bit, but, I don't, I'm going to find out. I'm going to go check it out and see what's going on. I'm cooking collard greens. Now stop. You need to stop. See, we ain't got no cornbread over here. They don't do no cornbread. Oh, have you done any research on developments going up in Nairobi? No, I have not. I haven't gone any further than South Africa right here. I haven't. Because it took us, we did things so quickly, and it took me a while to realize that I was tired. So after that first year, I said, me and Mr. Boss, we're just going to chill. It was a year here, July 1. It was a year in my home, September. And when we first moved into our house, it was like renovation after renovation for I don't know how long. Gosh, y'all, I don't even know how long. It had to be probably over a month or so. Yeah, I don't even know if we was done by Thanksgiving. But anyway, we did all that, and I'm just tired. So we haven't done everything that we're going to do, but we've been to Cape Town. So that's the most that we've traveled since we've been on this side. But it almost seems like it's easier once you're on this side to go wherever you want to go. But I've heard a lot of good things about Nairobi, Kenya. So I don't know. But South Africa was a very soft landing. Everybody speaks English. I mean, I really feel like there was minimal sacrifice. Of course, you sacrifice, you don't see your family. You have to learn new things, but it's just, that's what you expect when you move to a new place. That would be the same as even moving from one state to another state or one side of town to another, even in the United States. So being here, it's just been, it's been good. And I think that most people will enjoy it if you just allow the process to happen. Come over with an open mind, of course. Maybe I'm not so open because I want them collard greens and that cornbread, but that's just reality. But what if they got Jiffy over there at Walmart? I can't wait to go check. I did notice that they had like a meat section. So they may have, and they had hot sauce, red hot sauce. They had a lot of things that I noticed. A couple of people have done a few videos. So there was a couple of things that were, there that I noticed that were cool. So I can't wait to go check it out. I really do. Make sure when you're coming into the live, you're giving me a thumbs up. If you have something that you want to discuss with me, you make sure you go ahead and put it in this comment section here. Let's see. Winter is May through July. Sometimes it snows, even more regularly in Lesotho. I've heard that. No Jiffy, no. I don't know. I can't wait to go to this Walmart. But normally what we do is we have a request. We have a request line. And when someone goes back to the States, they bring some things back. Matter of fact, I have a girlfriend that's coming in next week. I think she's coming in on the 2nd of December. And I'm already putting in, I got a short month right here, a short week, I'm sorry. So I'm already putting in my list of things I need her to bring. So I may get me some Jiffy from that, but I don't know. But no cornbread, not as of yet. The cornmeal, the cornmeal here, I think all of it it's like wheat. There's no self-rising. It's just different. You have to get used to things. You have to get used to, polenta. I have that. That's like grits. I cooked that in the morning for grits. Matter of fact, Mr. Boss asked me for some of that this morning. He was like, we ain't got none of that. That would go good with this, and this. So we cook. Now that tastes pretty good, but I don't know how to convert that to cornbread. Now I've had some people try. And they were not successful. I don't know what Raquel told me happened, but it wasn't successful. It's a whole lot. We got to get into it. We had to get into it. And the reality of it is, y'all, we pretty much eat out most of the time. I do cook maybe once a week or so, but not a lot. So sometimes I feel like it, and just sometimes I don't. I don't know. Just keeping it real. Montrez Montgomery 6449. Hey, how are you doing? Do you brine your turkey? No. Listen, last year I couldn't even find a turkey, but this year we had to put in orders for turkeys and like turkey wings or turkey legs. So this year we will have some form of turkey, but last year we could not find any. So I ordered my African and Jamaican seasoning from Amazon. We do have an Amazon here too. We have Amazon and we have Take-A-Lot. Take-A-Lot is like an Amazon. Take-A-Lot has everything. They tell me that Amazon is limited here for now, but Take-A-Lot has everything. It's just somewhat the same. Only one major difference. Amazon, when we were in the States, they would leave stuff. They drop it off and go. Take-A-Lot does not leave anything. You hand to hand. I don't know if they have some comments in there where you could say just drop it off or not, but typically they ring your doorbell. You have to go get the package. They're hand to hand. You have to have some special instructions, or actually what they do, they'll call you on the phone and we'll say, can you please just leave it? And they'll say, yeah, but they don't, that's one service that's a bit different. They make sure you get your packages. So, all that, porch thieving going on, won't have much. You won't have any of that because they make sure it goes into your hands. Seasoning, they have seasoning. You say Jamaican seasoning, African seasoning. I'm sure they have all of that. Yeah, I haven't missed anything on that. I just can't find them collard greens, y'all. I don't know. What else is there that we've been doing this week? Walmart. Walmart was the thing. It did come in and then we're seeing a lot of people. Y'all listen, when people email me, typically what I'll do is I'll meet with them like at a restaurant or something, and I let them know, listen, it all depends on what we're doing. But I'll say, listen, I would love to have you on my channel so you can just tell us about your stay, what inspired you to come. If you're looking for homes, we might go see a couple of houses and they'll allow me to tag along and we would put it on video and all of that. So that's what I like to do. So if you look up SB, just think about it. She may have you on the channel. She may have you on this YouTube channel soon, because that's what I love to do. So just keep that in mind. That's one of the things I like for people to relate. So many people have said that, like, I think it was Gina or someone here tonight said that I inspired them. So many people have said that. I had a family on here 2 weeks ago, and I had people reach out and say, you know what? That family inspired me. Everybody has somebody that they relate to. So that's why I always want people to come on and tell their story about what inspired them and what made them decide to move or just to come visit. Because guess what? For me, I was ignorant to SA. I was ignorant to Africa. Let's just keep it real. What I knew of Africa was not good. Not that I concentrated on Africa or thought about it. It just wasn't good. It was just not a place that I was wanting to go. So 25 years ago, when it was prophesied to my husband that we were going, it really didn't mean anything to me. I hate to say that now because I'm here, but the reality of it is we really just brushed it off. It was like, oh, okay, we're going to be living in Africa, because it just seemed like it was just something that just wouldn't happen. It just I don't know how that could come about. And then for us to be here, it was like, wow, we were chosen to come 25 plus years ago and we're actually here. So you just never know. You never know how you're going to end up or where you're going to end up. So never say never, but we did discount it. We were just like, hey, okay, we're there, So it just happens. So now we're here and we were both open-minded. I was very open-minded to come. My husband got a message that said, you better go. So, go with it and just see what happens. I every day I'm always thinking, I'm in South Africa. And then sometimes I think, why me? And then I say, why not me? And then I go on to say, well, who said I had to live in the United States? Who said that? God created all of this. Why can't I be somewhere else doing something different? So it's an amazing feeling. I hope you all get an opportunity, especially those who want to actually come to South Africa. But let's see. I had a comment there I wanted to read. I can't see. Gina Brown says, your Web Nation inspired me back this summer. Oh, good. I enjoyed the Web Nation video. Y'all, I got lemons. Now, I know some of y'all may have lemons in your backyard. I don't know. But I got to thinking about this thing. When I was younger, living in Charlotte, North Carolina, I do recall having apple tree in my yard. But y'all listen, I don't know what happens, but seems like stuff just kind of disappears. Things change so much. I have no idea where that apple tree went to. I don't remember my daddy cutting it down, but I remember an apple tree. I remember my neighbor having a fig tree. And then as we got older, none of this stuff exists anymore. So when I got over here, I had a lemon tree, an apple tree. We planted a pomegranate tree. All these things, just right here, I'm seeing this grow right in front of me. It's amazing to me. And I say this often, and I hope my South African family understands what I mean now. But living here is almost like living in the 80s. In the 80s, things were kind of slow. And you know what I mean? I hope y'all know what I mean by slow. We didn't have to worry about violence as much. We didn't have to, we went in each other's houses and it was okay. We could borrow sugar. We could even borrow bread. It was more community in the 80s. And that's exactly what it feels like here in SA. You like my t-shirt? Thank you. But that's what it feels like here in SA. Matter of fact, I was just thinking about it. Y'all know, have y'all here, we have so many different, you have South Africans, right? And then you have other foreigners that come from surrounding countries. It may be Zimbabweans, it could be Mozambicans, just everyone, right? And they could be here in South Africa. It reminds me of like kinfolk, right? They'll argue, they'll fuss, they may even fight, but then they get back together. That's what it looks like. That's just what it reminds me of so much of the 80s. Even when I go to the restaurants, there's a restaurant here called Tasha's. It's a staple. It's very nice. You can get breakfast there. Anything you want, basically, at Tasha's. It's a good environment. They're playing the music. The music is straight out the 80s or 90s. It just has a vibe. There's no hard-hitting rap music. There's no song that somebody's calling a woman a bee or just none of that hard, crazy stuff that we have allowed to play around us to form our thoughts, and none of that. It's just cool. It's just good music. It's driving music. I'm like, ain't nobody doing nothing wrong listening to this song, So it reminds me of that here. It's just a bunch of kin folks that don't get along. They fight, but then in about 2 months, they be back together again. They don't forget what they fought about. We call it, Ubuntu. Okay. Ubuntu. Ubuntu. Thank you for that. Listen, look now. Don't get mad at me because it's tongue right here. Ubuntu. You got to help me with that pronunciation of that. But that's exactly, I'm assuming that means like we all kind of get along, family. Because no matter what, I know that you all are not all alike. I am now identifying who is and who is not a South African. I am identifying that now. But it's still like, y'all might fight. Like the other day I saw where the doula young lady got sprayed with pepper spray in the eyes. I thought to myself, oh my goodness, the the uncle done sprayed her in the face. She was showing out. I thought that was my thoughts. I'm not saying I don't, look, I'm not mad with her. I don't care. She has a job to do and I guess she's doing it. But it's almost like, didn't I tell you to stop? And she didn't. And they sprayed her. It's terrible. I know. But it was like, it was just like kinfolk. That's just how kinfolk fight and argue when they be downtown. You see it. They be downtown fussing and fighting. And it's just like, this is Africa. What is, it'd be so funny to see because they just like, then they'll go away and then they'll come back together. Everything is everything. And I'm thinking, wow, this is definitely kinfolk behavior. The entire Black Africa is here, mostly illegal. That's what I'm saying. Mostly illegally. You're right. But they are definitely kinfolk. I mean, I don't know if you feel that way because you're probably a South African, but on the outside looking in, I don't know where African Americans fit in this thing. I don't know if we do. But when I look on the outside, I'm looking at it, I'm seeing, oh God, them cousins right there. The way, because listen, that's how we act in the United States too. But it's more on a smaller level. We do it with what do you call it? We do it with our immediate family, uncles, aunts and stuff like that. It's just that y'all family is a lot larger. It has the appearance of being much bigger. But we'll do it. We'll fuss. We'll fight. We'll say mean things, walk away. Next week, we back. Next 2 weeks, we're back. And it's like, wow, we just so dysfunctional. That's what we call it, dysfunctional. I'm not sure what y'all call. Oh, you said you call it Ubuntu. But listen, we got to get another name too because we might be calling it something wrong. But we definitely will call it dysfunctional because we'll fight. I mean, we just go crazy and then everything's okay. We're back. So that's definitely what I see here. Definitely what I see. But it's been enjoyable watching and learning the different cultures, seeing different things, just getting used to being in a different place, learning something different. It's been very good. So I can't imagine. I know what 2025 has brought, and we're nearing the end of it. I met a lot of new people. There are a lot of people that are coming here, but I guess I could just say that in 2026, it's just going to double up. My goodness. And it's going to be more. So I'm very excited about that. So welcome. Hey, Miss M, what's going on? It's good to see you. So welcome. Make sure you do what you got to do to get over here. Listen, a question I've been asked just as recent as today. There are no shots required to get into SA. There are no shots required. That is something that my girlfriend just asked me earlier today because she's coming. And I said, shots. And I thought about, no, there are no shots. Again, see, misinformation. You hear so many different things. And one day we're going to get the message out to our brothers and sisters on the other side and let them know it's okay. It's okay. You can come to South Africa and be just fine. But make sure you're giving me a thumbs up when you're coming in the live. If you have not yet subscribed to the channel, make sure you're doing that. If you have, thank you so much for that. I appreciate you so much. If you have any questions about what is required to come to SA just for a visit, let me just tell you, it's a passport. If you have not yet gotten your passport, you want to get it, whether you want to come to SA or not, or whether you have something planned to do or not. You just want to make sure you are able to move if you need to or you want to. So get your passport. I right now cannot tell you the cost of a passport, but I don't think it's that much. Get it. Am I rocking that hairstyle? Thank you, Miss M. What's going on with you? Listen, guys, y'all may not know, but Miss M has been with me for some years now. And she has followed us. We have followed each other full circle. I mean, she was with me back there when I was talking to my girls, my women, my ladies, mothers, all of them saying, listen, you need to be covered. This is what God has us to do. And she's here with me now. She done been through the attic sales, all of this. She went through the announcement to that I am moving to SA to now that I am here. And I have not yet met this woman. I want to go to her house and get her and bring her here myself just so I can say, hello, how are you? So we can spend some real time together because I feel like I know her because she has spent so much time here at SB Nation. And I just can't wait to meet her. And I just know it's going to happen sometime soon. I just know it will. So I am looking forward to that also. But listen, again, if it's some questions that need to be answered, if you have something that you want to know about SA, I haven't been here that long, a little over a year, don't know everything. But I think at this point, if it's something that's pertaining to getting your credentials to get here, I can probably help you with that for as far as information goes. But if it's something that we actually live here now, so I've probably been through just about the majority of things. And if I something I can't answer, I probably can refer you to somebody that can help you. My email address is sbshow2020@gmail.com, and you're welcome to email me. Just keep in mind, I am 7 hours ahead of the East Coast. So if I don't get right back with you, it's because I'm 7 hours ahead of you. So just keep that in mind. When y'all are asleep, I am definitely awake doing something, and then it's quite the opposite. So on the other side. So just keep that in mind. What else is there I just wanted y'all to know we're here for you. I kind of feel like, it's a lot of us actually, but a few of us are here to stay. I know there are a lot that are, visiting and want to stay. Again, I got to tell y'all, please get your correct credentials. We do not want African Americans to be seen looking bad out here in these South African streets. We don't want that. I mean, listen, if other cousins are doing it, it don't mean that we need to do it. So make sure you get the proper credentials. And if you got a passport and you come and you've stayed your 90 days, leave. Come back, but leave. Don't give us a bad name. Don't have people looking at us crazy and saying them African Americans, they don't want to do this, don't want to, and because that's not. Hopefully that's not true. But again, excuse me, if you're one of those people that are doing that, are willing to do that, you ain't paying me no attention because you're probably not even here because two totally different lives and worlds. So, okay, you can email me whenever you get a chance. You can email me. I'll try to answer any question that you have. In South Africa, if you visit my house, I have to offer you food. That is part of am I saying this right? Ubuntu. Ubuntu. You have to offer me food and I have to say yes, right? Because it's disrespectful not to say yes, right? So even if I'm not hungry, I got to take me a plate home. I need to do a taste test and take a plate home. Just let me know what's best. Ubuntu. Just let me know. Let me know. I want to make sure I'm doing it right. Because if I go to somebody's house and they offer me some food and I ain't hungry, I'd be like, no, I'm okay. I don't want it to be received incorrectly. I want y'all to know that I'm good. I'm just not hungry. So let me know what we're supposed to do. I watch Dr. Assad as well. He's awesome. Yes, Dr. Assad is awesome. Dr. Assad and I and his wife, Adrian, and my husband, we hang out a good bit. We actually were hanging out on Saturday. And we actually hang out a bit. We've done a couple of videos together. They've been some really good friends, I would say. They have a lot of knowledge. They've been here much longer than we have, so we go to them. And it's so funny, guys, because we're kind of finding out things together. Like we kind of find out things together. Like if we experience something that they didn't experience, I'll tell them, hey, look, it's coming your way. And they'll tell us too. And look, let me tell you, we're learning as we go, but we're helping each other out. And I think that is the best way to go. I tell anyone that's coming to South Africa that is planning on living here, listen, don't do anything without a referral. And what I mean by referral, I mean from someone that has been through it. Not necessarily somebody who knows somebody. I want somebody who's done it. So in other words, if someone came to us and they was like, I need to have my house remodeled, I am going to give them the people that successfully remodeled my home that I was pleased with. I'm not going to give them the person that messed up something. I'm going to tell them, okay, go to this person. And always a referral. Just don't just try things on your own. I mean, you can, because we kind of did that a little bit. It worked out for us, but I think that's what we're here for, so we could pass it along. And I'm not saying that there's only one good group of people that know how to do things, because that is just not true. But whoever you go to, make sure it's somebody that used that person, and then it's a referral from someone you trust, that they can maybe come and say, look at my home. They did my carpet. They did my entertainment center. They did whatever. you want to make sure that that person is able to do that. Always referral. Don't just walk out there on your own. This is just, little information I'm giving you, because things could go bad. That's all I'm saying. Let's see. Montrez says, how is your mental health overall since living in South Africa? I haven't laid on anybody's couch lately. So I would say my mental health is pretty good. Pretty good. You know what? I really want to get into it more. You know what I mean? But I really can't, because I still have business on the other side. So I still have to kind of be in two worlds. But I would love to be like, all South Africa, because South Africa is on a different type of vibe. I mean, nobody's in a hurry. Don't nobody do nothing quickly. It's like, okay, now, but not right now. So it is cool. But no, to answer your question, honestly, no, I've been fine. I think this was a good move. But we also think about our family, and whenever we see something on TV, because we both have older parents, my husband's mother and my father, we start cutting benefits or hurting, just things like that. ICE coming to town, just so much chaos. We tend to worry about those people, the older ones, more so because my dad lives alone, and he's not ready for this. He's just not ready for that chaotic living. He's not. And we have offered, and we keep offering for him to come and live with us. And he keep telling me, I ain't lost nothing in Africa. So you know what? He's 85 years old. I'm going to keep asking him, but I already know he's not coming. But I don't want him to ever feel like that he can't come, because initially it's been about the same. I was getting ready to say he's kind of changed a little bit, because initially it was like, and then now it's getting a little bit, but maybe, I tell him all the time, because one day we talked, and he says, he told me him and Trump made an agreement. I said, you what? He said, me and Trump made an agreement. I said, what was the agreement? He said, I told him I ain't going to bother him, and he ain't going to bother me. I was like, what? So he gets mad at the TV looking at Trump. So I'm thinking one day Trump going to do something to make him so angry. He going to be like, I'm on my way, but I don't know. You're loved by God. I like that. It says, greeting, Miss SBU. When I come, I can only stay 90 days. What if I buy property? It doesn't matter. If you buy property, you plan on only staying 90 days and not planning on living, let me say it this way. If you're buying the property to live in, you want to get a visa. You have to get a visa. If you're buying the property as an investor, it doesn't matter. You can stay 90 days and just make sure you have purchased the property within that 90-day period and got somebody to either market it for you or rent it for you. Get some kind of property management team or someone to make sure that it's Airbnb or what have you, since you're not going to be here. But if you're here and you want to, just because you have a property, it doesn't give you rights to stay in the country outside the 90 days. You still have to have a visa. Now, listen, there are so many types of visas that you can get. I think I mentioned earlier on, we are retirees, so we have a retirement visa. But there's artists, there's nomad, there's working abroad. There's so many types of visas that you all can look into. And I would just advise you to do that. Go to Home Affairs South Africa and just look at all the visas that they offer. Some are 2-year, some are 3-year. I think some may even be 5 years. So there's definitely probably a visa out there that most of you would qualify for. Because I can tell you this, please, or I can ask of you, please don't come to SA looking for something. You want to come to contribute, if that makes sense. I'm not saying you won't be able to find, because like I said, I love real estate, so I love the real estate market. And I want to be able to indulge myself in that. But I want to do that as a permanent resident. So at that point, I'm giving at that point. As of right now, there's nothing I can do in that market but just stand beside you all while y'all purchasing and listen to see what goes on and try to be of help because of what I've already gone through. But other than that, I can't make any money in that area because I'm not a citizen here in SA. So that's what you want to do. Until you get your paperwork in order, don't take away, because there's too many people here that are unemployed. 40% of the individuals here are unemployed, for whatever reason. 40%, whether it's foreigners, no jobs available, Now, when you get your credentials, then at that point, do some job creations. If you want to own a business or whatever it is, do what you have to do. I mean, that would be very much appreciated, because that's contributing to SA. So definitely you want to do that. Let's see. Miss SBU, I am 67 years old and concerned about long flight and blood clots. Any suggestions? I know about compression stockings for swollen legs. So listen, compression socks is one. I would advise you to either upgrade your seat to economy plus or business class. During that flight, I would say get up and walk, because you're able to do so. I would also advise you not to take a straight flight. Do the flight where it's, now some people might say it's different, but it's straight up to you. I took one flight once because our straight flight was canceled. So we went to London first. I think it was 8 hours there. And then we went from London to another place, another 8 hours. And then we came to Joburg. So it almost took us 24 hours to get here. You can do that. Therefore, you will be getting on and off the plane, but your luggage will follow you, because that would be your flight plan. So So you will be able to get up and move and walk around, because when you get to London, you may have like an 8-hour layover. And then when you get to the next place, you may have like a 3-hour layover or what have you. So you can get out, walk around or what have you. But upgrade that seat, economy plus. Try to get in front. Advise them of your medical issue, and they'll be there for you. And they'll put you up front, as far, because you got more leg room. Because the reality of it is you need leg room. You need to be able to move your legs. So if you're able to do so, do that. And the compression socks, definitely. And I think you'll be okay. But check it out with your doctor before you come. Because I think there may be, they may be able to give you something, maybe some blood thinners or whatever. They may be able to give you something for the trip, or let you know if this is something that you should actually do. Because the trip is no joke. It is. I mean, it could be made easier, like I said, if you're willing to take the time just to explore the world, go to London, get out, go 8 hours, go somewhere else, explore London, see what it's like. Or, maybe to Germany, whatever it is, while you're getting here, just make a plan to do so. Take that 24 hours to get here. It would be okay. But if you really want to be a trooper, get in business class where you can lay down, prop those legs up. It's going to be costly. It will, but it may be worth it, because you're 14 hours straight and you're here. So it all depends, it all depends on how you feel about, it all depends on your pockets, actually. If you're willing to pay the money. Some people will pay the $3,000 or however much it is to do so, because again, you're able to lay down, prop your legs up or what have you, and make it here in 14 hours. Oh, I don't know where you're coming from, but somewhere, typically it's about, for me, coming from Charlotte was, coming from Atlanta was 14 hours. So you're able to do so, and then it's over with. Because once you get here, you're walking, the blood is pumping, you're good, you're drinking. You might have a little jet lag, but give it 2 or 3 days. Hopefully that goes away. And you'll stay here long enough where you forget about the flight. So if you have to get back out and go back the other way, you'll know exactly what to do. But, it's ways it can get done. Let's see. Get daddy a tiny home and he'll come. Get daddy a tiny home and he'll come. No, you know what? He 85 years old. My husband and I said this the other day. He told me, he said, you know what? I think we probably should leave them alone, because they probably feel like they done live their lives in the United States is where they should be. I was like, you know what? You probably right. I know my dad feel that way. Now his mom, she wants to come. We just got to make sure she get everything she needs to get to come over again, because she's one of those individuals too that will take. She's 82, so she'll be taking that long trip too, and compression socks, economy plus, business class, something. How we gonna get this done? It's okay for her to do it with the doctor sign off on it, all of that too. But she's high spirited. She would love it if she could get over here. So it's just, if they can make it, definitely. Encourage them to do it. Definitely encourage them to do it. Let me see here. Miss Gina says, due to your age, that will accommodate. They will accommodate. Yeah, in the same age as well. Yes, they will accommodate you. I think if you tell them, they'll even get the wheelchairs and everything if that's necessary. But I think a lot of times it's best to walk if you can. Just take your time. Note that it's not down the street around the corner. You're going 10,000, 12,000 miles across the Atlantic Ocean. So just chill. Note what you're doing. You're not gonna get here in a hurry. It's a whole different place. So just take your time. Sweet Escape says they have some type of electronic thing on Amazon that keep the blood flowing. Ooh, I just can't think of the name of it right now. Really? We might need to do some investigating on that and see how long it's been out there and see if you said electronic though. I wonder how that works on an airplane. I don't know. That might be something to look into. You're right about that. Definitely. 8171 says, what do you think about our banking system, health system compared to America? I think the banking system is great, very advanced. You do everything over the phone or within your phone, I should say. The only thing I found with the banking system thus far, and this could be because I'm a foreigner, is that me and Mr. Boss are not able to have a joint account. I know South Africans going to jump on me. No, SB, no, you can. Maybe so once you become a permanent resident. But as of now, we're not able to have a joint account. And I'm assuming it's because we are foreigners. That's what I'm assuming. But that was something that was a little different. No big deal, but different. But I like the idea of being able to do and see everything on the phone. We're with F&B, so I definitely appreciate the banking system. I would say it's pretty advanced. As far as healthcare goes, it's a whole less expensive, of course, but it's something to get to because you have like healthcare. How do they say it? They have healthcare schemes and you have insurance. That is different because schemes are what we're pretty much used to, far as PPOs and things of that nature. So that's something different. And insurance would be, I guess, like emergency plans or catastrophic plans. I don't really know yet. So that is different. Insurance is a little different, but it's definitely less expensive and it pretty much offers the same thing, but they call them schemes. So that's different. But it's just the verbiage. That's it. Now, let me just say this, though. Why, since you asked, a little complaint here. There was one thing I didn't agree with, but you said, how does it compare to the United States? There's a lot of things I didn't agree with over there. But when you get in your insurance plans, they want to charge you this fee for not having insurance up front. I'm thinking, wait a minute. How can you charge me this fee for not having insurance when I wasn't eligible to have insurance? I didn't even live here. Of course, it's because of the age, because they want everybody here apparently to have some type of medical aid or something from the age of 35, I believe. And so since I'm older and now I'm getting insurance, they want to charge some type of fee for the insurance. And I'm thinking, how is it possible for me to have ever had insurance when I didn't live here? So I did have to go back and forth quite a bit about that. And I ended up going to another company. We argued about that for a little bit because that doesn't make sense to me. I felt like I was in the United States for a little bit when I kept going back and forth with them with that one. Make that make sense. How am I eligible for something if I'm not here? What are you saying? I mean, should I tell me how this makes sense? Make this make sense. And what does that have to do with covering me? So that was something I say, yeah, that's some capitalism right there. Because they was like, this is strictly money. This is strictly money right here. So that was something I found. But other than that, I mean, as far as the products go, and it's pretty much the same, but it's definitely less expensive here. Yeah, besides that little one thing I found. Let's see here. I brought them from my mom. Is she talking to someone? I brought them for my mom when she was with us. Oh, okay. It's like a plugging up your cell phone, but costs about $120. Okay. And did it work well for your mom? Do you and Mr. Boss have to get married in SA to have a joint account? No, I don't think that's the problem. I think that it's because we are foreigners. That's what I think it is. I think once we get our PR, we'll be able to have a joint account. I don't think it has anything, because they recognize that we're married. as far as visa purposes, all that. They recognize that we're married, but I don't think that's the case. I think it's just because we are foreigners. But we have a regular account, so I don't know. We're going to see. We'll go back and ask that question because I said, well, maybe we weren't asking the right questions, but I think we asked the question directly because we are used to having a joint account. We're not used to you have an account, I have an account. We're not used to that. So that was quite different because, the ladies in the bank were like, you want an account? I was like, no, I'm fine. What's wrong? They was like looking at me like I'm crazy. I was like, no, it's okay. I'm like, oh boy, some independent women over here at SA. So that was different. That was a little different. Yeah. F&B is a good bank. I have, a container shipper. Definitely do your research on that. They're not going to allow you to bring anything over here until you have a visa. You have to have a visa allowing you to bring items into this country. So as far as that container goes, the second thing for that container is when it gets to customs can charge you the same amount that you have as far as the items that are in the container. Don't know what you have in there, but it could become very costly to bring things from America to SA. And I'm telling you, as far as furniture goes, electronics don't work anyway because of the outlets. I don't know if you knew that, but the outlets, TVs and things like that will not work. You do have to buy adapters for like your computers or what have you. But as far as furniture goes, we were able to sell everything that we had or give it away and came over here and rebought everything for our home. The cost difference will allow you will make your money back. I should say, how can I say that? It will be fine. Just make sure you don't end up costing yourself too much with the shipping container. Just make sure that it makes sense to you. But you will not be able to actually bring anything until you get your visa for South Africa. So keep that in mind. Check with Discovery Bank. You should find something. Discovery Bank, I'm Discovery Insurance. We have that, but Discovery Bank, I have to look and see what's going on there. I have the best company, paid health care. Okay. Would that be accepted in SA? I may need to check with them on that. I don't know. Someone has said something about international pay. I used to have Blue Cross Blue Shield. I didn't even check internationally to see what they come over here because they were too darn expensive anyway. We were paying so much money for insurance. I was just like, done. But you might want to check because they do have public and private hospitals here and doctors and everything. So you might want to check to see if that works. Let me see here. You loved by God. I love that name. Miss SB, thank you for being so gracious. I will check Amazon. Living there would be a dream move. Like your husband, I believe God is leading me there. Hey, come visit. Come visit to see for yourself. There are some people I meet, and you may be one of those people who are very well traveled and may have been here before. I'm not speaking to you if you're that person. I was that person whose idea of Africa was just Sally Fields. They showed us all these things that just was not pleasant. They talked negatively about people that lived here. There was just nothing good. Even now to this day, even though I talk to people, I'm over here on YouTube. There are so many other people on YouTube doing videos. There are still some ignorant people that still say things that are ridiculous about South Africa. No matter what, I'm sitting here telling them, this is how it is. This is how I live. This is this. Listen, there's everybody don't live like this. I agree. There, even in the United States, there was places that you didn't want to live. There was places that you could live. It's the same. But the problem is that they never showed us places that we could live comfortably and feel like we were good. That's what it was, that we never was showed those malls. Y'all have never seen those malls. Y'all have never seen these houses, the grocery store, and then in recent years, it was a load shedding. I don't think they've had load shedding here in over a year. Again, now we do have solar panels, but I don't think there's been any load shedding. And I've always heard here recently I've always heard that was something political. I mean, I don't know. So it's just, we just haven't been given the correct information. When you come over for yourself and you see that it's a very livable country and you can have everything that you need and desire, and quite, fulfilled here for some, not for all, it's not for everybody. Then you might consider and think differently of Africa, the continent, completely. That's the part that I want everybody to know about. I say this often. We need to rewrite history. Or should we just make this is going to be history one day. Somebody's going to look back on this and will be like, oh, that's the new Africa, maybe, So let's make sure that it's being told from another point of view. Let's just make sure. Let's make sure it's been told from a point of view of successful Black excellence. For the longest, the darker the skin, the worse off you are, right? I'm pretty dark and I like it. So let's make sure the story's been told from, like I said, Black excellence, people who made it, Black people who are successful, Black people who enjoy working and being successful at what they do, and just being good people, following Christ. Just, let's let it be told from that point of view. Not the criminal, not the scammer, not the get over, just the other people, the other group that nobody ever wants to talk about. Plenty of business opportunities for African Americans, but they are hesitant to come over. I don't know, but guess what? Things are changing. So in 2026, you're going to see a whole different type of South Africa. A whole different type of South Africa, I should say, a whole different type of person coming to South Africa, because I see job creation, so much, but we got to make sure we get our credentials. We got to make sure we're moving correctly so we can be successful at whatever we're contributing. That is a must. That's a must. Did I miss something? The Supermodel Society says, agreed, we need to correct the narrative. We absolutely do, because our story is terrible. It really is. There's really, you let the wrong people tell the story. There's really nothing good that comes from us. But I'm here to tell you that it is. And there's enough of us that are doing well that the whole narrative can be changed. And if it's in South Africa, oh well, let somebody else tell the story. Because if we listen to other people tell us about Africa, the continent, we're not coming. No. I mean, they say terrible things even now. Guys, even now they say terrible things. So, yeah, we need to change the narrative. I agree. Miss M says my health care is Medicare, Advantage PPO. I can see in a doctor in or outside their network, not sure about SA's physicians accepting it. I would say that they don't, but I don't know. Miss M. We have to look into it, because healthcare is very inexpensive here. I'm gonna give you an example. Me and Mr. Boss go to the same GP, general practitioner, and they here will allow appointments, consultations, or appointments, what have you, together. He and I together, the appointment is only $60. That's just him and I together. This is not with insurance. This is us just going. Now, I can tell you, sometimes medicines that they get from the USA are the same cost or just as expensive, maybe just a hair bit less. But it also depends on where you get them from. I've already noticed that Clicks and Dischem are like the better of the drugstore as far as costs go. So if you go there, you might get a good price on them. But if they're coming from the United States, like some types of diabetes medicines or what have you, they may be just as expensive because they're getting them shipped in. But as far as cost, even like for the implants, for the dentist, braces, those things, we went and checked all those things out. Probably about 30% less on everything as far as medicines go. 30% less. Doctor's visits are probably about 30% less also. So for some things, it's been easier for us to come out of pocket instead of paying insurance. But you do need insurance just in case hospitalization comes about. something massive happens, you want to be able to go to either the public hospital or a private hospital. You want to be able to have that covered. But cost here of living is much cheaper than it is in the United States. And if you are receiving funds from the United States, then you are pretty much ahead of the game. You are, because your money goes a lot farther than it would in the United States. So that is a plus. Let's see. I know one thing, all that are able and willing to relocate back to the motherland should. The place called the land of the free won't be the same 5 years. In 5 years, I'm out of here in 2027. Listen, you going to give it 5 years? Do you feel like it's the same now? I'm telling you, y'all, this is what I told my husband. I said, it's a couple things you need to look for. If any McDonald's closes down, y'all know it's time to go. McDonald's. It was a staple restaurant that's been around forever. I can't remember which one it was now. But we got a message the other day that they were closing down. I said, what? Was it Burger King? It was one of those staple restaurants. I say, okay, that's okay for them to close, but let McDonald's close. If McDonald's closes, then y'all need to be out of there. I'm telling you. But seriously, whenever they control the benefits the way that they did this past September 30th, and then in the month of October, things are going to be tricky. Now, there are some people that scam the SNAP program, the Section 8 program, all of that. There's some scamming out there. There are some people that's been on it since conception all the way up to 30. You know that. They have lived in these programs forever. Y'all know it's generational. We all know that. And we all know that it should be some tweaking going on to this because more people can be helped if the program was done better. But we also know that there are a lot of people that need the program. So when you say you're getting ready to cut off benefits to people, first of all, you fired 30,000 people, 30,000 women from the federal government. You shut down the federal government, and then the ones that you want to come to work, you say, I'm not going to pay you. Okay, so that's a whole 30, 40 days, 45 days of no money. Somebody need these benefits, y'all. But I did see that he gave bonuses. When I say he, I'm saying Trump, $10,000 bonuses to a lot of TSA. I think it was a lot of TSA agents. So that was a plus. Maybe you can catch up. But it tells you don't supposed to rely on anything. It shows you, and we should have never relied on it. You got to trust in God. And it also should share with you a way that however you live in, if you check the check, you need to reduce some things and reduce some things. Redo and reduce. So when they take your benefits away, you can at least go get you some food because you're supposed to have food and shelter. That's a given. But again, there are people who need these benefits and nobody caring a whole lot, y'all. Not a whole lot. So you just don't want to be caught in that situation again. So either reduce, you got to reduce. I got to reduce your cost of living. You got to figure out a way that you can live at least, they say 6 months, but you got to live at least 30 days without a paycheck. I don't know how you're going to do it, but you got to figure out what is important. What is the most important? Your $300 cable bill might not be what's important, but I understand when you live in the United States, you're in this bubble, you have access to everything, and you think everything is required, but it isn't. You got to start thinking about survival. And if y'all don't know how to survive, you better get on a survival tip. You need to, I'm going to do a whole video on survival. Y'all need to start surviving. You need to get you some candles, some flashlights. Think about surviving. Ain't many of y'all going to be building no bunkers, but if you could, you need to think about building a bunker. Yeah, if you plan on staying there, you need to find somewhere that you can be where you can be all right. Make sure it's full of food and everything that you need, because I'm telling you, I would not be surprised if in the next 10 years that bunker will be livable, needed to be lived in, I should say. 10 years. I'm going to say 10 going that far, because it's going to get tough. It's going to get tough. Listen, Trump has been in office 9 months now, 10 months? 11 months. 11 months, basically. And he's turned it upside down. He's got 3 more years to go. And it ain't all his fault. It ain't all his fault. You got these puppies. It ain't his fault. I'm telling you, I told you before. I told you before what was happening. But, I understand it's a big deal to take your whole life and move, or take your whole life and reconstruct it and say, I'm going somewhere. It's because you think you got something, right? But sometimes we need to come to conclusions. I really ain't got nothing. And I think we had to come to those conclusions. Yeah, we had a house, but guess what? We got another one. Yeah, we had a couple of cars. Yeah, we got another one. You have to come to the conclusions that nothing is more important than following Christ and his message and whatever it is he's saying to you. And when you get that, the message will change and you will realize, this ain't really, where can I take this house? Where can I take that house? I can't take this one nowhere either. So you got to let some stuff go in order for God to use you and put you in that place where you need to be. And I ain't telling nobody to come to South Africa. I'm just saying, one way or another, you're going to be on your knees and you're going to be asking God for some help and some direction, one way or another. Whether you got there because they took the food stamps away, the assistance away, you lost your job, rent got so high you couldn't pay for it, whatever the situation is or may be, you might end up calling on the name of the Lord. Be in a position to listen and just be obedient to whatever the word is, whatever message he gives you, be obedient to it. Try your best to walk it out. Trust him. Definitely do so. McDonald's is flourishing in South Africa. Oh, what an irony. Listen, I like McDonald's. I do. I said today, my husband said, what you want to eat? I said, this sounds crazy, but what about McDonald's? We didn't do it, but I would say, what about McDonald's? I did. I said McDonald's today. Your Love by God says, I truly believe there is a spiritual call for those who have an ear to hear. Absolutely. That is in the Bible. I have traveled many places internationally, but couldn't get to SA. Now I have the opportunity and I don't want to miss it. I don't want you to miss it. Do it. Definitely do it. Definitely do it. Miss M says 8171. Miss M, it's G19 now. Trump was. Did he not show? Because someone said he was decided to come and they did not miss his absence. Someone said he decided to come Saturday, at the last minute. He changed his mind and that they were coming. So I don't know if he actually, was a no-show or not. He said in the beginning he wasn't coming. So I don't know. I have to look into that and see if he represented or not. Anyway, he's something else, isn't he? How you not going to come and you with a hosting? Wouldn't the United States the hosting country like the last time? Is it something where you're supposed to go and pass on oh God, can we? Anyway, so listen, make sure you give me a thumbs up when you're coming into the live. If you have not yet subscribed to the channel, make sure you do so. Listen, you all can also find me on Instagram. Follow me there too. If you've been subscribed to the channel for some time, go back and check it. Make sure you're still subscribed to the channel because YouTube, sometimes things come and sometimes they go. Just go check behind them and make sure. Turn the alerts on because I am committing to a Monday night live. I'm just coming to talk to you guys. Make sure everybody's doing well, sharing with you all what I've done the weekend before, and just keeping y'all in the loop. Put myself out there if you have any questions. My email address is sbshow2020@gmail.com. Listen, y'all have a good night. I will see you all soon. If you're on way to SA, say hello. To my family in the United States, listen, I'm praying with you and praying for you. Hope all goes well. Thank you and have a good night. He did not show.